Hello all and welcome to today's video. My name is John McFall and I want to welcome you to the McFallRI channel where I teach you how to make $25 to $30 an hour doing food delivery, and I also teach you how to make semi-passive income. In today's video, I want to give you 3 hacks, 3 things that you can do when you are out there multi-apping so that you can make the most money and you can do it the right way. Multi-apping is something that a lot of us have to do in our marketplaces because when we use only one app when we're doing food delivery, a lot of times a marketplace cannot keep you busy enough on one app to make you the money that you want to make. And even if they send you a quantity of orders that will keep you busy all the time, a lot of times those orders are crap. We know that especially on DoorDash that they will give you literally, I got $2.28 base pay regularly in Auburn, Indiana that I work in when I'm out doing food delivery. And even sometimes when the customer throws a tip on top of that $2.28, it's not enough money for me to accept that order because I'm not going to make the dollars that I want when I'm out there doing food delivery. So I want to give you 3 different hacks today that you could use when you're out doing multi-apping so that you can make sure that you make the most money and you can make sure that you do it the right way so that you don't run into any issues. Before we get into the topic, I do want to remind you that down here in my description I have some great tools for you guys. The one I want to talk about is my metric spreadsheet. If you want to know how well you're doing overall, how well you're doing average, the only way that you can is to keep track of your numbers. I'm going to throw it up here on the screen real quick so you guys can take a quick look at it. If you look at the left-hand side, you'll see I always put my start time and my end time. This gives me the total time that I've worked. I also put in the miles, and then if you look to the right, you'll see that for each app, I put the dollars that I've made, the time that I worked, along with the number of deliveries. Then head to the bottom and you'll see it calculates out what your average dollar per hour, dollar per mile, and your average per delivery. We have good days and we have bad days when we're out here, so it is best for you to keep track of your numbers so that you see what your averages are, and my metric spreadsheet will help you see that. So go down into my description and grab a copy of it for yourself. And with that, let's get into the topic. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is order and pay orders. Order and pay orders are really good because number one, they give you higher pay normally up front than a regular grab and go order. Order and pay orders are ones that you actually have to place the order. I see them a lot on Uber Eats, I see them sometimes on GrubHub, and I see them rarely on DoorDash. But order and pay orders are a great way for you to make a lot of extra money that you wouldn't make if you weren't or if you were doing just grab and go orders. So use the order and pay orders to help you make some more money. The one thing I want to stress to you about order and pay orders is you do not have to go to the restaurant to physically place the order most of the time. And a lot of times when I get order and pay request, I actually pick up the phone and call the restaurant, and I will place the carryout order when I am on the road and not drive to the actual restaurants. Sometimes when Uber here sends me on these order and pay orders, I am 5 or 6 miles away from that restaurant that I have to place the order at. So calling in the order will save you a ton of time and give you a lot more of your time so that you're not sitting waiting at a restaurant for that order. And also with order and pays, if you get an order and pay and they tell you it's going to be 20 minutes or a half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour before that actual order is ready to be picked up, I simply text the customer in the app and I'll say, hey, I placed your order, it's going to be 30 minutes or it's going to be a 45 minutes or an hour before your order is ready. And guess what? During that time while I'm waiting on that order and pay order to get done, I'm out there on the other 2 apps that I have, and I'm out there working on them while I'm waiting on that order is going to be done. So make sure that you always call in the orders instead of going to the restaurant. If a restaurant does not allow you to do that, don't take any more orders from that restaurant. And also, while you are waiting for that order to get prepared, grab orders on the other apps and make sure that they're going to land you close to where you need to pick up your order and pay. But grab orders on other apps so you're making money on top of money when you're waiting on that order to get done. The second thing I want to recommend to you is this, is if you are taking orders at the same time on two different platforms. Let's say you have orders from the same restaurant, or there are restaurants that are sitting right next to each other that you're grabbing these orders from. What I do is when I get those requests, let's say that GrubHub sends me one and DoorDash sends me one, when I get those two order requests and I go to the restaurant to pick up the orders, when I get the first order, I do not hit the confirm button. What I will do is I will grab that first order for whatever platform I'm on, and then I will wait until that second order is ready if I'm at the same restaurant, or I will wait until I go next door to the restaurant for the other app, and when I grab that order and I have both of those orders in hand, it is at that time where I hit confirm on both of them so that the timer starts at the same time for the apps, and they know that I have got the orders. But I don't push confirm on the first order until I have the second one, to give myself a little bit more time and to not put myself into a time crunch for that first platform. Sometimes when I go into the second restaurant, there's still 3 or 4 or 5 minutes before that order is going to be ready. So I don't want to hit confirm on that first order, because that is taking out of my time that I have to drive to drop it off. So make sure that when you take orders on two different platforms and the restaurants are either right next to each other or it's the same restaurant, wait till you have both of the orders before you hit the confirm on either one. The third thing I want to recommend to you when you're multi-apping and you're taking orders on more than one platform at a time is have the hot bags to put the food in. You wouldn't believe how many times I go into restaurants to pick up orders and I see that other dashers and other food delivery people for GrubHub and Uber Eats do not have their hot bag. I take my hot bags, I currently have 3 of them in my vehicle at all times, and I will take my hot bags into the restaurant to put the orders in as soon as I get them. You don't know how long that order has been sitting on the shelf, and most of the places that we go to don't put them under warmers to keep the food warm. So you don't know how long that order has been sitting there, and it's losing heat from the moment they package it to the time that you pick it up. So always make sure that you put those orders into a hot bag. When I'm doing multi-apping and I'm picking up orders from multiple restaurants, I will make sure that each order is in my hot bag, and I also try to make sure that whatever my second delivery is I put it in the better hot bag that I have. DoorDash gives you a hot bag when you first start doing food delivery, and it's okay, but it is a very cheaply made hot bag compared to my GrubHub bag that is very well insulated and seals up very well. So I always try to put the second order that I get into the better hot bag to help keep that food warm when I'm out there doing my multi-apping. To make the most money when you're out there doing food delivery and you're doing it using multiple apps, you have got to do certain things to make sure that not only that you're making your money, but you're also doing it the right way. So make sure that when you are doing your multi-apping, that you, number one, you call in those orders so that you have the ability to make more money while you're waiting for those order and pay orders to get ready. The second thing that I talked about was to make sure that you don't confirm when you get the order, the first order that you're picking up. Don't hit confirm on either of the apps until you get both orders. The third thing that I talked about was always make sure that you have hot bags in your vehicle that will take care of the orders that you're picking up, and always try to use high quality hot bags to keep that food as warm for your customers as you can. I hope that you got a lot out of today's video and learned a little bit, and I would like to also ask you to go down in my description and grab that metric spreadsheet if you find it useful. I also have some other great tools like the Beans app and SimplyWise and QuickBooks Self-Employed. These are 3 great tools that I use when I'm out here doing food delivery. Finally, would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel and like this video. What I want to leave you with is I hope that you are out there getting the money that you and your family deserve. And with that, I want to say thanks.